Hi, this is Mr. Mike for the Mechanicsburg Learning Center with episode 51 of Mr. Mike's Dino-A-Day. Thanks so much for tuning in. We do this every day, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we post every video on YouTube, so make sure you like the videos and subscribe for all the fun dino information we're going to be delivering to you over the course of the quarantine. So, let's get started. Today's animal is very small. It is not a big boy. It is not a long-necked sauropod. It is not a big old theropod like a T-Rex or Allosaurus. It is quite small that you would, if you saw one on the street, and you could almost walk by it and not notice it. The thing was only 3 feet long. And its name, once again, lots of controversy on how to pronounce it. I have looked at this animal repeatedly, watched videos of it, read how they describe the pronunciation of the animal, and they all seem to have it a little bit different. The name is MONONYKUS. I learned it as MONONYKUS. I've heard it pronounced MONONYKUS, so we're going to go with MONONYKUS because that was the very latest pronunciation that I had heard, that some paleontologists had always pronounced it MONONYKUS, but recently there was a change, and now paleontologists are saying MONONYKUS. So, MONONYKUS, very small animal, only about 3 feet long. It was named in 1993, about maybe 6 years after it was discovered, 1987. Its name means one claw, mono, and then nykus, like Deinonychus, which means terrible claw. Take that nykus at the end and say MONONYKUS now. So it means one claw. Why do they name it one claw? Well, I have a model of an animal called Compsognathus that looks similar to it. They were both small. I'll show this to you. The classic dinosaur. One thing different about MONONYKUS is that this would be pretty much covered in feathers with a lot of plumage coming off the end that we've seen in other models. So, and the big difference would be this, that instead of arms, it had they were actually pretty powerful, they say. They were short, but it only had one single claw, so it looked like, if the thing ran by you, it would almost look like this thing had a flipper on each arm. So it's a little bizarre looking, which is one of the reasons I wanted to talk about it. And again, it's not very big. So it was discovered in Mongolia. Here's another version of a similar animal. And the reason I wanted to show you this is because this is what we think it ate. We think that it ate insects and small lizards. So it was an insectivore, it was a carnivore, or an omnivore. Ate a little bit of everything. It had very sharp teeth, not big teeth, but sharp teeth. And MONONYKUS had very, very long, strong legs. So here's another version of a similar shaped dinosaur. Now this one, of course, would need to have feathers, plumage on its tail, and instead of arms, it would have one single flipper-like looking but sharp claw. They think it used the claw to dig out termite nests. It really wasn't much functional for grabbing anything because it only had a single digit. So named in 1993, and shortly after it was named, they had to change the spelling of the animal from mono N-Y-C-H-U-S to N-Y-K-U-S. So everybody knew that there was well, not everyone, obviously the people that named the dinosaur didn't realize there was already an animal out there called MONONYKUS, and with a C-H-U-S, turned out to be a small insect, a beetle. So once they found out that, which is in short order, once they announced the discovery of the animal and named it, someone came forward and said, there's already a beetle, which is why they changed the spelling to K-U-S. Stubby forearm, the claw itself was about 3 inches long. So again, they think that it probably foraged. It was very fast, had long legs. It foraged for termites, and then it caught those little scampering lizards that would run around. So it was carnivorous too. It also had very large eyes, like another animal we talked about in the not too recent past, which was Troodon or Truodon. Had very large eyes, so when you have an animal with large eyes, probably means it had good night vision. Did it hunt at night for those little tiny scampering lizards, or did it just have really good eyesight? Second name, MONONYKUS. Crazy. Olecranus. Olecranus. Olecranus refers to its elbow, so it's one-clawed elbow. It had a very interesting, robust shape in terms of, the size of the animal. Wasn't big, but it had a pretty big arm, so it was strong, but, as I said, it just had one single claw on it. So this thing lived about 70 million years ago, and it was a theropod, so it was related. It's in the same family as the velociraptor and the T-Rex, but this thing was not big enough to take out animals too big, so it went for the small lizards and the insects. Let's get to our story about MONONYKUS. Written by Mr. Mike, brought to you by the Mechanicsburg Learning Center. MONONYKUS. We know T-Rex appendages were pretty minuscule. We know ankylosaurs had clubs no beast could ridicule. We know the things that make each dinosaur somewhat unique. We even know if dinos had a toothy snout or beak. Now here's a critter that is not equipped with monster teeth. It had no set of horns on top, no armor underneath. Its size was underwhelming. It was only 3 foot long. As for the mouth, its bite was not particularly strong. So what is so remarkable? What makes this thing distinct from all the countless creatures, those extant and those extinct? Extant means it's still alive today. Extinct means it's gone. It's all about its tiny arms and what they each possess. I'd give you time to think, but I would bet you'd never guess. Its name is MONONYKUS, and that name provides the clue that tells you why I bothered to create this poem for you. Each tiny limb supported one lone claw. That's pretty rare. You have to wonder if the other dinosaurs would stare. It raced around on lengthy, skinny legs and used its speed to catch a passing lizard or a bug on which to feed. Its eyes were large, which may mean that it hunted well at night, or maybe it was blessed with super dinosauric sight. So really, all it takes to be remembered is one thing that differentiates these beasts: a claw, a horn, a wing. The tiny MONONYKUS owned a pair of single claws. Let's give it what it can't provide: a long round of applause. Yay, MONONYKUS! Thanks for watching. This is Mr. Mike from the Mechanicsburg Learning Center, where we will delve into yet another interesting ancient animal every day, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing if you're watching us on YouTube. We will see you again tomorrow. Have a great day, and remember, MONONYKUS, not MONONYKUS, and it's spelled with a K. Thanks.